Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to PrepMedic. In this week's video, I'm giving you some life updates and a studio tour. So I have been struggling for the past couple weeks to come up with content to put on YouTube, mainly because I'm going through a lot of professional changes right now, and that's taken up a majority of my time. Now I'm kind of in this awkward area where I've got some products on order that I'm going to be doing reviews on, but they haven't come in yet, and then I don't really have time to do a lot of concept-based videos. So I figured this week it would be a great time to, one, give you guys a tour of the studio if you guys are interested in some of the tech I'm using if you're looking at starting your own YouTube channel or just getting a killer office like this. You might be able to draw some inspiration. But then also kind of talk about some of the professional changes I'm going through and prepare you for what I hope will be some amazing content in the future of this channel. So without further ado, let's get into the quick walk around of this office. I'll talk about everything I have in here and we'll go from there. All right, so starting the tour off, let's talk about lights really quick. I have two main lights. I've got my main key light here, and then I've got my fill light here, which is just bouncing off the ceiling. So the key light is the main light that kind of reflects off my face, lights the main area of the shot. And this one has a diffuser on it just to make the light a little bit softer. These are the Fovitec Studio Pros. They're the LED panels, and then these have two settings on them. They've got the daylight option, which kind of gives you the more white look, but I can change that color setting to more yellowish depending on how I want to color correct my shot or what I want it to look like. Now that one's my key light, like I said, and then the fill light here, this just kind of adds some relief to the shadows on my face, separates me from the background a little bit more and makes the shot more interesting and less harsh in my opinion. This is actually a new addition on the last video. For a backdrop light, I'm actually using a Nanlite light tube, and this is a really cool light. It's a tube light, it's got a battery on it. I can change the color, I can change the color temperature, I can make it dimmer, brighter. It also acts as a hair light, so actually if I come under here, you can kind of see it gives me some separation from the background as well, lights up the side of my head. Just makes the shot more interesting, and then gives me a pretty even light on the backdrop. For a desk, I'm using a fully sit-stand desk. This one is the manual version, so I actually have to crank this to get it to go up and down. And I do apologize for the focus of it. I think my camera's having some issues actually finding my face and keeping that focused. But with this, if I'm doing a product review, I can bring it up so it's in frame instead of just adjusting the camera to fit it, which works a lot better than what I was doing before. All right, so coming back to kind of backstage, so to speak, have to kind of crouch down to get under that light. The backdrop I have, this is a gun wall by Galotech. So they're a really cool company out of Utah that makes this modified pegboard that's basically meant to mount your tactical gear. A lot of their customers will just mount firearms on there. I've obviously mounted a lot of other gear and it holds up very well. It's a pain in the butt to install. A lot of drilling into the wall. When we take this off, we're gonna have a problem because there's a lot of missed holes. But once it's up, it's super sturdy, solid metal. And then all of these mounts and shelves are completely customizable and adjustable. So I'm sure I'll get ADHD and decide I wanna move this all around at some point in the near future. So on this wall, I've got my AR, got a video on that, my entry vest from First Spear, Safe Life Defense vest here, and then 3 helmets from Team Wendy. I've got a couple bags down here, my Vertex Overland, NAR 4 aid bag, and then 511 bag as well. Now, I use a lot of the stuff on this wall in my daily life, so one of my struggles is I'm constantly taking this stuff down, loading in my car, and then putting it right back up for videos. For just a little bit of interest light, I've got a Hue light strip back here. It's hard to see in the videos, but it is there, just gives a little bit of tone to the side of my face as well. Now you will notice all around this wall, I have these foam pads. These just help a little bit with that echo. You can still hear it, which kind of bugs me, mainly because the ceiling is so low in this basement room, but it's not the end of the world. And then I have more sound paneling, some on the far end, and then a little bit on the other side of this wall. One of the really common questions I get asked is what software I'm using for video editing. So for a computer, I'm using the 2018 MacBook Pro, I think, And then I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro for my editing. I really like this software because it grew with me as a video editor. You know, it wasn't learning a basic software and then having to change that later on when I got more advanced. It kind of grew with me. Now, this was a complete headache when I first started using it, and I definitely wanted to pull my hair out for the first like 3 videos I used. But after that, it gets pretty user-friendly and pretty easy to do. Now, finally, let's talk about storage in this room. I don't actually have most of my storage in here. You can see I've got a cheap IKEA shelf here that just has all of my books and some extra helmets and stuff. And then I've got its big brother in the back that just houses all my camera gear because I've got a crap ton of it. In this closet, my lovely wife, helped me organize everything. So I just have my gun safes in there, some extra tools up top, and then on this side here, we've got hiking backpack and just some extra shelves. Have some ice plates here along with some other ballistic armor that I might put in some kits, ammunition, and then some extra goods. But I would be remiss if I did not come out and show you the extra storage room I have here. Coming out here into the main room, we have this little nook that my wife helped me organize, and we've got basically a miniature hospital. So got a lot of IV supplies up here, crap ton of dressings, tourniquets, all of that good stuff, airway adjuncts, minor things, and then kind of miscellaneous stuff. On the other side here, I've got just a bunch of gunsmithing tools, and then a lot of the IFAKs and stuff I've collected over the years of doing this, along with just kind of random components here and there. So my arm is amazingly tired. This is like my 8th take trying to do this video. So I'm gonna put you back on the tripod here, and we'll just talk about some of the changes coming to PrepMedic in the near future. I'm sure you guys have noticed that I have missed a couple weeks on videos, and I've been struggling with some content recently. Like I said at the beginning of this video, you know, I'm kind of in between where I've got a couple products on order that I'm waiting to do some reviews on. So once I get them in, I'll start the evaluation process. And then I just haven't had a ton of time to do the more conceptual based videos like first aid videos, because those actually take quite a lot of research and effort to make sure that I'm getting you guys the best and most recent information. Now, the other aspect to all of this is I have actually taken a new job. So I'm still with the same service I was with before. I'll still be doing the special operations response team, but I've transitioned from the ground 911 division into our flight division. So I took a job as a critical care flight paramedic. I just finished my classroom portions and my clinical portions for that orientation and start my field orientation actually tomorrow. That being said, I do hope in the future I can do a video on the helicopter or the ground truck setups that we have, my EDC and everything like that. But that's going to be a little while down the road. Number one, when you're a new guy, it's kind of disrespectful to come in and do a video like that, acting like you've been there a long time. Also, this is an insanely time-consuming process to get through the orientation. And when I'm at work, I'm not doing video work, I am studying nonstop. So eventually, I hope to be doing videos like that, but it's gonna be probably a number of months before I'm at a place where that's even potentially viable option. With all of that being said, guys, if you guys have questions about what I'm moving into, this studio setup, anything else, please leave them in the comments down below. If I'm not able to respond to you, there's actually a number of people that kind of monitor those comments and have been really good about answering questions with a high degree of accuracy. So please feel free to leave them down there. I'm really excited for these opportunities. PrepMedic is not going anywhere. I will continue to upload every week if I can, but there might be a couple gaps here and there as my professional life usually takes precedence over YouTube. I also wanted to thank all of you guys for your support. This channel has grown exponentially over the last 2 years, and I couldn't be happier. So with all of that being said, I will see you next week.